So like for right now, the biggest thing that I'm focusing on right now in my life is my health, right? Because for the longest time I was running around, traveling the world, chasing the business dream, chasing the money dream, and it kind of ruined my health. So to me, I felt a lack of integrity with myself in that realm of my life. But that's been my biggest focus right now, saying, okay, I got to be in integrity because health, wealth, love, and happiness, it's all the whole thing, right? Body, mind, and soul. That's why they say, even in ancient traditions, body, mind, and soul. So without the right body, I could have the mind and the soul, but if a body's not cooperating with me, what good is that long term? So that's kind of why my focus recently has been on body, mind, and soul. So now that I've got the mind and the soul part correct, now it's time to focus on the body, which is the temple that we live in. So that's my personal focus. So what it would look like is me being integrity with my health, eating cleaner, working out more, and keep scaling my trading. Always be learning. Like every year, my goal is to reach new heights with my trading and my investments and my accounts to be grown. So that's kind of the goal, and helping a lot more people achieve the same dream, whatever that might mean for them. And trust me, a lot of people that I come to trading with me, they don't have goals of making millions of dollars right now. They're just like, hey, let me just replace what I have, but let me do it from home so I can spend time with my kids.
Yeah.
So more people serving like that, that would be that I'm in alignment with integrity and living my best life. That I can look back at myself in the mirror, let's say 20 years from now, and say, you know what, I kind of give it my all. I did give it my all, and I should feel good about it. So that's what I'm trying to get at right now.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's cool. I mean, that is really good. So much so that like, and you alluded to it already with the health piece of it. Like, do you worry at all that those things may come into conflict, that the mind, body, soul in that way, or even just like as you're trying to grow your trades and your knowledge versus as you're trying to help other people do it versus as you're trying to take care of yourself and your own health? Do you worry that those things could come at odds? And if so, like how do you think about handling that?
Yeah, I think the key is not to try to create balance, right? People try to balance a lot of these things. You can't balance it, and try to control it. You can't control anything in this universe. We're way too small. So the thing is to create harmony between all those areas. So dedicate time to each area. So it doesn't take a whole lot of time, if I'm being honest with myself, to dedicate an hour to go work out, right? And since I've made that money dream, let's say, I don't need to eat out all the time, even though I could afford it. I could eat cleaner. So like from next week, actually, believe it or not, I took action on it. I hired a chef, so he's going to come in every week, make me my meals, prep it for me, put it in portion containers, come in every Monday, make it meals for me at home. So, and I can see what he's making because he'll be here. So I think that is a way that I could use the money that I created to sort out my other areas of my life. Maybe I hired a trainer. Maybe I do this. Maybe I join this workout class. Maybe I join this studio. So those are ways that I could use what I've created so far, which is the monetary success, but now start spending it towards my health. And that also goes back to your first question or the second question in the interview about the higher purpose of trading, right? That is a higher purpose. You can make a lot of money with trading. Now, what you do with the money is up to you, right? Like I don't like to talk about it, but I have causes that I support, and that's a way that trading supported me to do that.
Mm-hmm. I like the phrase you used that it's not about balance, it's about harmony. I don't know if I've heard that before. I know you kind of illustrated a little bit there, but say a little bit more about that because I think that's an interesting way to think about it. The difference between balance and harmony.
Yeah, because when we're trying to create balance, right, we're already telling ourselves it's imbalanced. Like that's not an empowering belief to come from. Oh, things are not balanced in my life. I need to balance. I need to balance. That's a struggle. That sounds like a struggle in our internally in our mind. But now harmony, that doesn't sound so bad. We're trying to harmonize all those areas, which means yes, each area is important, right? You cannot balance it because sometimes you got to give more time to your family. Sometimes you got to give more time to your work. It needs it. Your work requires it. So you can never have balance. Sometimes this is more, sometimes that is more, but you just harmonize as long as you are giving certain time to each of those areas. That's true harmony.
Yeah, it's almost like a higher level of balance, right? Because on the lower level, harmony has more flex to it. It has more ability for you to be fluid and adjust and move and evolve as you need to. But as you look at it at the grand scheme at the highest level, it is balance across those things over time, right? It's flexing over time, allowing to do that versus that more fixed sense of like, I need to be balanced in all ways right now, in every moment, I need to be balanced. And I think you're right. That even as I say that, I feel like the tenseness of that concept as I say it. Mm, mm, mm.
Totally. I mean, and that's, I think, what the whole life struggle for everybody in the beginning is just to try to create balance. But once you just give up the concept of trying to balance it and you're just like, all right, today I need to focus on my health. I need to work out. That's it. So that's going to get a little bit more time. Maybe you have kids or you have a wife, it's her birthday. Now you have a workout to do, but you're like, but it's her birthday. I got to take my kids to whatever. You got to give time to that. So just
Mhm.
give time without feeling guilty that you're not in balance.
I don't, again, I don't know if I've articulated in my own head the way that you're explaining it. So that's why I love having these conversations. But I found that for myself lately. Like there's been times where maybe I've had work I needed to do, but at the same time, I knew it was time to take my kid to his, whatever it might be, like his music class or whatever it is. And there was a time in my life where there would have been a tension and a frustration about that, where it have been like, well, I need to get this done, and now I need to do this. And it's just, whereas now, like, it's not necessarily that I'm happy about it. I wish I can get that work done, but there's an acceptance of like, all right, there's not in this moment, I have to go do that. So it just is what it is. I got to go do it, and I'll do it, and I'll come back to this later. Otherwise, I'm just going to be miserable throughout the whole experience. And that's a small little example of it, but that feels real to me as you say it, like trying to make those realizations, come to those understandings. And I can see how when the stakes are high in the form of trading, in those same mindset moments where you're dealing with stuff, to be able to be level-headed and have that clarity is probably a huge edge.
Yeah, definitely. And I think half of the battle is we beat ourselves up for being guilty. Oh, I didn't work hard enough. I had to be with my family. But when we start thinking like that, we're building resentment towards our own people.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Our own people. We're like, oh, I gave time to them. Like that doesn't. To
Yeah.
me, it's like, hey, what are we putting out in the universe? Right? It's when is the next time in the future your kid's going to be 5 and you got to take him to school? Never. This is the only time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're never going to be able to do it again. So
Yeah.
might as well spend time on it and just realize, hey, today I'm called to do this a lot more today than I'm called to do that, but there's always going to be there.